Hi, I'm Angie.
I'm Randi.
I'm Joe.
And you're watching Word of Mouth.
Don't wanna be an American idiot. Don't want a nation under the new media.
Tonight we saw American Idiot, the new Green Day musical.
The story of American Idiot is the story of three slacker friends.
They're, I guess, 18, 19, young adults, and they got to figure it out.
They're living in suburbia and they want to be rock stars. They want to live it big, but they feel like they're wasting away in this boring suburbia.
Johnny is kind of our hero. He's the central character, and he runs away from his cushy home with his mean stepdad and goes to the big bad city to ply his trade, which is his guitar.
Johnny meets this girl, the girl of his dreams, and for a while he's really happy, but he also gets tied up in drugs. He meets this drug dealer, and at first it's just fun and games, but then it starts going down a very dark spiral, and he can't get out of it. He's a complete addict, and coming up from that spiral of just drugs and alcohol becomes a real challenge for him.
Will, much like half my high school, turns out that he's got a bun in the oven. He knocks up his high school girlfriend, and he's got to stay home.
Johnny gets seduced by the glamour of what he believes will be the military life.
He gets shipped off to Iraq. He's injured in war, and they do. I thought the show did a pretty good job of having us reflect on the young people that have gone off to war.
John Gallagher Jr. plays Johnny, the hero.
I think he did a very good job singing. He sounds a lot like the albums, and his energy never went down. I don't know that he was amazing.
His storyline is kind of typical. It's sort of the same storyline of teenagers moving to the city that you've ever seen.
I was disappointed because I saw John Gallagher Jr. in Spring Awakening. I felt like he has such a wide emotional range, and he really doesn't have the chance to go there so much in the show.
Tony Vincent, he plays St. Jimmy. He was really the only one in the cast that actually did anything for me, just because I thought he played the character of heroin. If you can play heroin, he did a great job. That's basically what heroin is.
The character was a heroin dealer who also looks like an addict, very skinny and very spidery. So he's got these long willowy arms, and he's got this cool scream that he lets out, and he's appropriately spooky. I liked that.
Rebecca Naomi Jones plays what's-her-name, who is the girl Johnny falls in love with. I think she has an absolutely spectacular voice, not the classical Broadway voice, but I think she fits in really well with a Green Day musical. I think she had the best material to work with, and I think she did a good job with what she had. So even though she wasn't one of the main three men in the show, I thought she was a really interesting person to watch.
All of the roles are more expressed in their grimacing than they are in their storytelling. There's a lot of physicality in this musical. There's a lot of and a lot of boom like that. And there's a lot of face making, but there's not a whole lot of real acting.
The stage is another character in itself.
It looked really good.
The set is magnificent. It's, the entire set is open, so it's from floor to ceiling, and there's about 45 televisions or video screens in the back of the stage, and they're constantly showing various news clips and TV clips.
I thought the set was truly the star of the show.
The music is very true to what you would hear on a Green Day album. I've heard these songs since I was little, and they sound almost exactly like the songs you hear on the albums. I really think the music is just like a concert. It's not the typical Broadway experience. You need to understand that going into it.
I think if you're a Green Day fan and you love their music, I guess you get a big kick out of the show. I certainly wouldn't recommend it to the, I don't know who the parents were that brought their 4-year-olds, but not a good move, because there's a lot of cussing and there's a lot of stuff on stage that probably isn't for anyone under 13.
I think teenagers are going to like it. Obviously, if they're Green Day fans, they're going to love it. But, even if they're not, I think teenagers will think it's cool. I think they'll say, hey, you know what, this is a musical for us.
I think it's primarily aimed at teenagers and 20-somethings, people who are trying to find their place in the world. And I think they'll enjoy it because it puts a new spin on songs we've heard forever.
It's not perfect because at some level the story is just not all that intensely interesting. But it was thought-provoking, and I like that it had current political themes.
I think at the end of the day, theatrically, there's better musicals out there. I don't think I cared about it so much is because tomorrow I won't think about the show at all.
I enjoyed it as a theatrical experience because the energy was just so high. It's radiating off the stage. You can't help but be enthralled by what's going on, and even if the plot is flimsy, you just enjoy the music because it's good music. Green Day is popular for a reason, so you can't help but enjoy the music.
If I had the opportunity to go see this show again, I'd probably skip it.
I think this is something people are going to want to see. I think this is something people are going to be talking about. And, you know, you may not love the fact that the storyline is a little vague, but I think you will love the energy and the music. And I think you'll love the dancing and the set. And when you put all those things together, it makes for an exciting experience.
I bet you